All right, so I've been testing this wrist blood pressure monitor over the last few days at home, in my office, in the kitchen, outside, and even in the gym. And honestly, I wanted to answer one main question. Are wrist blood pressure monitors actually accurate? Because sometimes you could take one reading and then test again like a minute later, and the numbers change completely. So in this video, I'm going to unbox it, set it up, test it in real life, connect to the app, and show you what I learned. All right, so first impression, right out of the box, it's a pretty simple setup. You get the basic monitor itself. It's actually lighter and smaller than I expected, which is nice because this is something you could easily throw in a bag or keep on your desk. And it looks pretty straightforward. Basically a simple one-button style operation. Switch the user, press start to start it. All right, so setting this thing up, I noticed it has multiple user profiles. There's user 1 and user 2, and a guest mode. User 1 and 2 can each save up to 199 memory records separately, which is really useful if two people are sharing the monitor. And there's also a guest mode that doesn't save measurements at all. To switch between users, the monitor needs to be powered off first. Then you press and hold the memory button. The current user ID starts flashing on the display. And if voice mode is enabled, the monitor will actually announce the selected user. Then you just press the memory button again to switch between user 1, user 2, or guest mode. And once you select the user that you want, just confirm it and press start.
Starting measurement. Please remain still and quiet. Your systolic blood pressure is 115. Your diastolic blood pressure is 69. Pulse is 81.
All right, so let me show you how to wear this correctly. So it goes on the inside of your wrist, not the outside. And you want it positioned about 1 to 2 centimeters or about 0.4 to 0.8 inches above your wrist crease. Then snug it where you could still slide one finger underneath comfortably. And also make sure to remove watches, bracelets, or accessories before taking a reading. That helps the monitor fit properly and improve accuracy. Now when you're ready, just hit start.
Starting measurement. Please remain still and quiet.
All right, now I press start. Once the reading begins, the wireless symbol flashes while it's transmitting data.
Your systolic blood pressure is 101. Your diastolic blood pressure is 69. Pulse is 79.
Once it finishes, that symbol disappears automatically. The monitor also powers itself off automatically after a short time to help save the battery, which is really useful. Another thing I noticed is that it can actually detect excessive movement. So if you move your wrist too much during the test, a wrist movement warning symbol flashes on the screen.
No pulse is detected. Please wear the cuff again before measurement.
Then it tries to measure it again. So if you're talking, moving around, or adjusting your arm during the reading, that can affect the results. Now let's connect the app. Okay, pairing was actually really fast. And honestly, the app is one of the better parts of this whole system. Instead of just seeing one blood pressure number, it stores your readings automatically and lets you track trends over time. Inside of the app, you could see your readings, heart rate, history, and trend graphs. For example, I can see my readings like 140 over 60, 104 over 62, and even lower readings like 90 over 59. So instead of guessing, you can actually see the patterns. And I like that you could switch between day view, week view, month view, and all-time history view. So it gives you a much bigger picture of what's going on.
Pressure is
And if you're unfamiliar with blood pressure numbers, the top number is called systolic pressure. That's when your heart is pumping. The bottom number is called diastolic pressure. That's when your heart is resting between beats. So both numbers matter. So I tested this in a bunch of normal situations. At my desk, around the kitchen, outside, and after workouts. And one thing became obvious. Your posture and movement affect the reading a lot. If your wrist isn't level with your heart, the numbers can shift pretty easily. A lot of people think that wrist monitors are inaccurate, but most of the time, it's not the device, it's how it's being used. Blood pressure naturally changes depending on movement, stress, posture, caffeine, exercise. So variation is pretty normal. So I noticed for best results, sit with your back supported, keep your feet flat on the floor, relax your arm, and hold the monitor level to your heart. Then stay still while it measures. No talking or moving around.
Measurement. Please remain still and quiet. Your systolic blood pressure is 97. Your diastolic blood pressure is 65. Pulse is 74.
And one good habit is taking 2 readings instead of 1. Take your first reading and then wait about 1 to 2 minutes. Then take a second reading and then average them together. That usually gives you a more stable result. Quick overview of some of the features. So you get the wrist blood pressure monitor, Velcro, the Bluetooth app syncing, user profiles with memory storage, up to 199 records per user, systolic and diastolic and pulse readings, lightweight and portable design, 1-button operation, automatic shutoff, and movement detection warning. Of course, if you're consistently getting abnormal readings, always check with a healthcare professional. This is just for everyday tracking and awareness, not medical diagnosis. But overall, once you understand how to use this properly, it's actually really convenient. So yeah, I don't think wrist blood pressure monitors are automatically inaccurate like people say. Most of it definitely comes down to positioning and consistency. And with the app tracking, memory storage, and the portability, this actually turned out to be pretty useful.